So this was right before we took off from New Jersey to Oklahoma. We're moving down there. We moved a couple weeks ago. I finally got around to just making this video documenting the road trip. That was right before we set off, and then we just stopped at the reservation and kind of looked out into the woods before we left. That was powerful. This is Western PA, beautiful. We packed a big cooler with us and just stocked up on food, healthy stuff, and took breaks and got stuff from the cooler. Here was the motel we stayed at the first night. It was absolutely terrible. More Western PA, saw some windmills. Here was the Frank Lloyd Wright house, their property. In a second, you're gonna see the house. Just insane, this house. And you can actually go inside of it. So that was a cool thing that we stopped to do. Here was a little waterfall we found. Still in Pennsylvania, Western PA. Actually, I think this was Ohio. I think we just crossed the border into Ohio. Stopped to do, some calisthenics on the side of the road. We ran like a mile up the hill, did some push-ups and squats, ran back down the hill, and here we're finishing out with some more push-ups and squats. My name is Ben, by the way. That's me with my friend Josh. We're 22 and 23 years old, and just trying to make our way in the world.
Like someone's recording you. That's how you really get right.
Yeah, he was not doing the rest of them like that until I started recording. Perfect form. Just taking it in. Some good food we got right after that workout. Some bean salad. That was fire. And just sat by the river, and then got back on the road after this. So yeah, this was in Ohio. Met up with an old friend, really a brother of mine, John. He lives in Ohio. Probably the only person who lives there in the state. Not just kidding. The sun did look crazy. And this was the main attraction. Pretty cool spot, I'll be honest. And here's a picture with me and John. It was great to see him. They let us spend the night there, totally not planned, last minute. They just took us in. And here's the next day. We're in Indiana, continuing the journey. And we stopped to stretch our legs, play some basketball. We got a workout in. Did some drills. We both used to hoop pretty seriously back in the day. I say back in the day, just a couple years ago, really. So always fun to get a little workout in. And then here I was just kicking Josh's ass, and there's really nothing he can say, so I'll just let you guys watch this for a second. If you see some anonymous account hating in the comments, just know that's Josh. Nah, that's really my brother though. Guy moved to Oklahoma with me. That's crazy. But some things never change. Jersey, Indiana, Oklahoma, Look, Josh, if you want to say something, man, make your own YouTube, all right? Yeah, that one was tough, one-legged. I think the lesson is step up, but don't step up too much. Got back on the road. We actually got some good Mexican food there in Indiana, which was kind of strange. It was like some authentic Mexican, really good. Here we're still in Indiana. I'm just recording these birds fly around at this little swamp creek type of thing. I think this is still at the same place, just kind of just recording where I'm at. I mean, never really been to Indiana before. Or maybe I'm in Illinois at this point. I think this was still Indiana. Illinois. Yeah, so now we're in Illinois. For sure, it was a nice sunset. And this was actually a pretty nice hotel. And all the hotels we stayed at, which was only 3, were like under $100 total. Of course, here's the famous arc. U, upside down U. I don't know what this thing's called, but St. Louis. Listen to some Anderson .Paak, Knowledge, and first sign that says Tulsa, which is where we're headed if I didn't say that yet. Here was a little train crossing in Missouri. Got held up here for a solid 10 minutes. This was a really, really long train. You don't really see too many of them like this anymore. At least I don't. I'm sure they see them all the time out here. We got Aurora.
That's the guy right there, Grant Baker.
Yeah, Missouri was nice. About to check out of the last hotel. Gonna get to Tulsa in about 2 hours. And I was gonna start this video off by saying, oh, today's the day, you know, the start of the empire. But not only did that sound corny, but I also realized that that's not how things work in real life. You know, what would happen today? I would get there, I would start unloading my car, I would have to clean my car, I'd probably need to take bathroom breaks, I'd need to go get some food to eat because I'd just be starving because there's no food in the house, it's a new apartment. And it would probably just be a really regular day, or I mean, it's not gonna be a monumental day in my career. But what it's really about, how things really get built in life, is over time, just showing up every day, right? Just
prioritizing what you need to do and executing on a daily basis consistently over a long period of time. And so there's really nothing special about today, or really any day for that matter, with some exceptions. But yeah, gonna be in Tulsa soon. I'm excited though. This was a good trip. I do recommend anyone who does a road trip to just split it up into like 4 or 5 hour days. And you do make progress over time. I think this trip is honestly it's illustrious of what we're trying to do when we get to Tulsa. It was an 18-hour trip, which is pretty daunting, 18 to 20, depending on traffic. But every day we just did 3, 4, 5 hours, and now we're 2 hours away, and to us now 2 hours just seems like a short ride around the corner. And we've done so many 2-3 hour trips at this point that 2 hours is nothing. So that will be what will be on my mind when I go into Tulsa, is to do your 2 hour days, do your 3 hour days, but do them every day and watch the progress build. All right, just get that snowball rolling. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention. Man, last night we checked into the hotel, get our keys, go to our room. It's on the 2nd floor. It's a 2-bedroom. I opened the door and there's some dude sitting on our bed, one of our beds, with his hand like this, just feet kicked up on the bed. I'm like, what the fuck is a dude in here? And he looked guilty as hell. He was like, oh, is this your room? I'm like, no shit, motherfucker, that's my room. That's why I'm in it. That's why my key just opened the door. What are you doing here?
Yeah, man. Always shout out YouTube. Always shout out YouTube, man. Big up YouTube. I sound like somebody's uncle, man, a grandpa that's never been out since.
That's exactly what you are, though.
Shout out to YouTube, man. Where are we right now?
Aurora,
Aurora,
Missouri.
Missouri, okay. Next stop, Tulsa. It's a big adventure ahead of us, man.
Every day's an adventure.
And then, yeah, we were here, started unpacking our stuff, went to the grocery store, got enough groceries for the apocalypse, even though it probably lasted 3 days. And yeah.
Any nice money in Oklahoma, yo, holla at us, man. We downtown. Trying to think of.
Please stay away from us. We got work to do.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Josh there. He completely lost the whole plot for a second. But we got back to the apartment and got a quick workout in, and then we were focused again. And we've been doing meetings like this every Sunday. We spend 15 minutes each going over our goals, long-term and short-term, and what the objectives are for the week to get there. And it's been working pretty well. Here's just some quick, healthy food I've been making. Some granola. This is a great pre-workout. I'm just going to end this off with the sound of the storm from the first night in Tulsa.